been posting on YouTube and other platforms for a few days, a few weeks, even a few months, but you don't see any results. And you feel like you want to give up because you don't see any results for so long, months, even years. So at this point, you're probably thinking, why couldn't I see results? And why just can't I be consistent and just push through it? If that's you, then this is the right video because I have been through that. So I know exactly how you feel, what are the steps, and what is the journey like. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why you should keep posting. Even if no one watches it, this is a very solid reason that I will cover in this video. Because you need to know that even though you don't have a huge following, you are still making an impact. Or even if you're not impacting other people's lives, you are helping yourself. I know this can be quite difficult for you to accept, especially if you tried so long or so hard, because you have come across people in your industries and you have seen their accounts, you have seen their content. They're just so consistent with your content, and some of them even gain traction, or aka free traffic. I know as humans, it is quite difficult for us to not have any emotion. When you look at that, you may feel discouraged, thinking you don't have time and content is just not for you. I have been there, and I started my journey in 2020. At that time, got 0 subscribers, 0 everything, because that time was when COVID started. And I thought to myself, let's make something. Let's make this happen. And even though from when I started until now, it has only been like 22 videos that I have on my YouTube channel. Yes, of course, there are a few that really sucks. I just deleted them because there's no value in that. If you are a very statistical person, there is this saying of for all of the channels that you start and for everybody, you will at least need 100 videos for the algorithm to pick up and for you to know that you are capable, you know what to say, you know how to shoot, you know how to position yourself, and you know the reason why you're here and why people watch your videos. So before you quit, ask yourself, how many videos have you posted throughout the months, the years? For this particular channel of mine, it's a very small YouTube channel, but 3 of the 22 videos did quite perform pretty well. Now, even though most of the videos do not make it, and that's extremely common because especially if you know Pareto's principle, where 80% of the things that you do not actually do anything, but it's that 20% of videos, 20% of content, 20% of effort that you put in actually brings that 80% of results. And that is true for me, even in this case. You can go check out my YouTube channel, look at the stats, look at all the videos, and you'll know what I'm saying. Now, before you give up, I want to let you know that even if my channels, all of them are like just so small, my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel, my Instagram page, they're just so small, under 1,000 followers or subscribers. But let me tell you, even I was just so small, I still have surprises coming in my way. Or they have happened before, like a few years back, even when it was just even smaller. And I will share those experiences that I have later on in this video. Now, one thing I didn't know back then when I was doing this video stuff in my personal branding is for every single piece of content, every single video that I push out, it is actually helping me build my personal brand. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, let's first look into what personal brand is. I know this term is so extremely commonly used by a lot of people. Some know what they're talking about, some they don't know. But let's just look at it as a general English word. Personal brand, explained in simple words, is people know who you are, what you stand for, what you do, and what your values are. A few years back, I literally had a follower who watched some of my YouTube videos and decided to slide into my Instagram DM asking me for advice. And at that time, I was like, what? I'm so small. People still look for me and for advice? I wish I can show you that entire conversation, but because I don't know who he was, I don't even know what his username is, so I just couldn't find it back. I have a lot of DMs in my Instagram chat, so I can only recall very clearly what he shared with me or what he asked me for advice because it is something that is not very common. And he said a sentence that I remember very clearly until now, even like a few years after that message. He said, I'm asking you because I know that you are a very mature person. And I was like, bro, I have not said that I'm a mature person. I have not even mentioned it in any of my videos ever. But because people consume your content, they listen to what you say, even read your caption, they know who you are. And that is the power of the content that you put out, even though it doesn't get viral, even though nobody watches it. 10 viewers, 100 viewers, doesn't matter, because for every of those people who looked and read at your content, who basically just consume your content, they get to know who you are. And you never know what's gonna happen. So even if at this point you don't have any followers or you're not big yet, it's okay, because you gotta understand that once you focus on consistently putting content out, that helps with building familiarity and even a genuine connection with your followers, even if the numbers are small. And those contribute to your personal brand. Now, this is especially true if you're a coach, an agency, a business owner, even a professional. If you're looking to build your brand or your business, that is very helpful, because especially for content, in 2021, TikTok became really popular, and I thought to myself, let's make something go viral. It is a tool that is technically free, and people who have not met you face to face, they get to know who you are and then decide whether they want to meet with you, whether they want to do business with you, or even just be friends with you. Why? Because when prospects or people search you up online, they're not there to just search for basic information. What is your name? Which country you're from? They're not there to search for this kind of things. They want to know who you are, what you stand for. Can I trust you or not? Can we gel together? If we were to do business together, what would it be like? Your content does the talking, even though you have not met that person before. And here's the beauty of it. When you put the right content to the right person with the right intention and goal that you have, through your content, you're actually helping people answer their doubts, answer whatever questions that they have before talking to you, and even in nurturing leads. That is what content can do. Think about it this way. When people have not worked with you before, they would want to know who you are. Are you a scam? Because that is what pretty much almost every single human being does, including me, right? Before I work with a coach or before I talk to some prospects, I would want to know who this person is. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have a ton of followers, I don't have a ton of subscribers. That looks bad, right? And does it even matter? Let me tell you, absolutely it does. Whether one person sees it or 1,000 people sees it, you are doing one thing. You're building trust and building connection with your viewers. Because here's the thing, even if you're just posting that one piece of content that you're small, when people are looking at the right content and they're the right people that you're looking for, your next client, collaborator, friend, partner, or even life partner might be there watching and getting to know you. Now, this type of people are normally the types of people just sitting there quietly. They don't comment, they don't even click like on your videos or your content, but they are just there observing before making a move, before sliding into your DMs. Now, I say this from experience. There are just so many times that this has happened to me. So that is why I can very confidently tell you these things happen. Now, you might think but I don't have the time to create content. It takes so much time. Now, one of the ways is to leverage systems, AI, or just people. I will talk about this later on in my future videos. I know, especially for business owners or people who are just so busy, it's technically very impossible for you to sit down, craft all your content out, shoot it, edit it, post it. It's just a lot of things to do. Before I started content creation, I was like, it's so simple. Just, do some research, flip the camera up, talk, edit, done. So easy, right? It is not until you start to do it, and it can be overwhelming. Even for people, like some of my clients, they are very experienced in content creation, like the wording parts. So scripting is not an issue for them. But still, there are so many things like Google SEO, if you have a landing page, and YouTube SEO, the script, the copywriting, the music, the sound effects, the looks, the positioning, the messaging. There are a ton of things that you need to take care of if you were to really just be very professional in what you're doing. But as beginners, or if you're not doing this as a full-time job, like a full-time YouTube content creator, you don't really have to go that deep. Let's just start and get the ball rolling first before buying like $1,000 worth of lighting, a few $1,000 of camera. You don't need that. Focus on your current most crucial problem that you have that acts as a domino. Once you solve that, all of the other things will fall into place. Focus on that thing first. And one of the things that people do to get their content out and spending less time is to delegate. That is why a lot of my clients work with me, because they don't have the time. As Dan Martell always says, buy back your time. You don't need a ton of money, you just need time. When people come to a certain level, money doesn't really mean that much of a thing, because time is what is valuable. Everyone have got 24 hours and we don't know how many years of life we have left, so that is the limited resource. If you have money but not time, that's not truly rich. If you're looking into saving time and buying back your time, but you still want to push out content, perhaps we might be a good fit. So let's have a chat. You can search me up on Instagram. I'll put a link in the description as well. Now let's talk about the second reason of why you should post and why you should push out content even if nobody watches it, is personal development. This is what most people don't realize or don't really care when they think about the goal of content creation. Because creating content itself, especially when creating video content, is not merely about doing it. It's not merely just about growing your channel, your YouTube videos, or building an audience. It's about your own growth as well. Now, I can easily make me into an avatar and just have my AI avatar do this for me, but I choose not to. Do I know how to make an avatar? Yes, I do help clients with that, but does it mean that I want to do it? No, I still choose to sit down, put the camera, and talk, record, and just make this type of real connections, real content. Because I know that when I do it, I'm also training myself in explaining, in delivering my messages across. This adds more value to you, yourself, especially if you're shy. Especially you're afraid of the camera, because it helps you to build confidence. And if you go out there and you go for events, you go for, probably street interviews, you get interviewed, you go on radio, whatever, YouTube channel even, you are familiar talking to the camera because of these experiences, because of these practices that you have been doing it for so long, for your channel, for your Instagram, for your content. If you met with those type of situations where you need to speak to the camera, it's easy peasy. If you don't believe that transformation, you can watch back at my old videos, because I look back at my old YouTube videos and I realize, holy crap, it's like the me now and the me a couple years back, they're like just two different people. In the beginning, I was just so awkward, but now it's pretty natural. It's very comfortable as well. So when you feel that transformation that you had, it is very rewarding to yourself. Have you experienced that? If you have, or you are just practicing, let me know down in the comments. I reply to every single comment. Now, the next thing that I'll talk about of why you should create your content even that no one watches it is because your content will work for you. Even if you're just sleeping, there might be some people who are from other parts of the world watching at your videos, potentially becoming your prospect and your client, but you're just sleeping. For every single video that you create once and it leaves on. That is the beauty of content. Now, I've talked about a lot of things in this video, so I hope that you can get something out of it, because when you're feeling stuck and you're not sure if you should continue doing it, it can be very difficult, because this journey is lonely, especially if a lot of people around you, they're not creating content, they're not content creators, and you don't see results, you don't see growth in yourself, because it doesn't happen overnight. I just want you to remember that you are building assets. Assets take time. Sometimes all it takes is one video, one content that could potentially change your life. Now, let's not talk about financial things. Even if that never happened, you are building yourself. Your ability to convey messages across. Your personal brand is built with all of the content, with all of the videos that you put out. And those are valuable. So keep creating, don't consume as much, keep pushing out, keep sharing, because I will see you at the top. Let's move to a next level in the coming days, in the coming years, because live with no regrets.